We begin this session, which in 2026 will be renewed and strengthened to become a privileged source of information on the preparation of the 18th World Congress of the OCPM in Marrakesh, while continuing to be a key tool for monitoring the activities and progress of the new urban project. Starting with this episode and until issue 19 in October, each monthly meeting will be organized around two themes. First, as before, it will continue to be a space focused on the content and activities of the NPU. Second, it will be dedicated to the World Congress. Important dates, program, registration, mobilization, preparation, among other aspects. Therefore, we invite you to connect every month. The information we will be sharing will be essential for preparing our common ground, our common path to Marrakesh, and meeting there in October. We will invite you to participate in some activities that are still ongoing or will be launched soon, which we will present in this episode. We will also invite you to contribute directly to the creation of the Congress program and to start preparing for it now. You can get a preview of all this by consulting the NPU Connect 2026 calendar to find out now the topics we will be addressing at each monthly meeting. In short, we will announce each month's topics in advance, and you can consult the calendar to connect and obtain the information that interests you most.
Hello everyone, I'm very pleased to be with you sharing the upcoming activities that we are having in the OWHC, and of course to share the upcoming activities, and of course you will participate in many of them, so I hope if you have any question, please raise your hand and we'll be happy to answer you. So the first activity we have is the launch of the virtual city labs. I'd like to share with you that we're completing and enriching the results collected through all the activities that were developed in the past years in order to elaborate and to finalize a proposal of the new urban project. That's why we decided to hold new 3 city labs in a virtual mode that will allow us to integrate more topics that are essential but that hasn't been addressed yet, or maybe not sufficiently addressed in the new urban project. That these city labs will be a space that will help us to explore more in a greater depth all these thematics and to turn them into concrete contributions to the new urban project. The 3 thematics that we are considering for the following city labs are culture of cooperation. We know that in historic centers, conservation and transformations are very important, but they could also generate tensions and they could also be complicated among all the stakeholders. So in this case, cooperation allows for a dialogue, for an alignment of all the visions and ambitions of definitions of the structural projects. So that's why we're having this thematic. We're also proposing the thematic of energy efficiency. We know that energy transition is also affecting historic centers, so that's why improving efficiency brings comfort and resilience, and of course it helps improving habitability without losing heritage value. And the third thematic is balanced tourism. We're thinking about the tourism that protects everyday life, but also the residential function in all city centers. That's why balanced tourism could be achieved by managing flows and uses and to coordinate governance. And this is an important thematic that we consider to add to the new urban project. So we will invite you to stay tuned in our communications that we send you through email, but also you could also check our website. We will publish a concept note and more information regarding each of these city labs during the next week, which is February 9. And we will share with you a registration form and all the practical information you need to know in case you want to join these city labs. So if anyone has a question, please raise your hand. We'll be happy to give you further information. see any hand raised, but you could also like ask us at the end of the meeting, so don't worry. The next activity, it's the launch of the Good Practice Campaign 2.0. We already developed one part of this campaign last year, and as we've been communicated to you through this city to this NPU Connect, we're also launching another campaign. Well, this second part of the campaign to collect all good practices from all our members. The idea is to encourage sharing innovative practices related to habitability as we define in the WHC. These good practices will help us to explain all the objectives of the New Urban Project and, of course, to promote cities that are already working and to enhance habitability in historic centers. As you could see in the screen that my colleague Jules is sharing, you could see there's some examples in the website that have been already shared. For example, we have Quebec, we have Luxembourg, we have San Antonio. There's so many cities that have shared with us via the registration form that we had in our website. So we'll be contacting you also in the upcoming weeks to share to have an interview with you. And you could also find all the details of how to participate in the website. I'm going to share with you the link of this section of our website in the chat so you could access directly. Just give me one moment. It is there in the chat. Please sign there. If you have any questions, there's my email also sharing in the screen. Please contact me. I'll be happy to help you, and I'll be happy to share with you more information. If anyone has a question now, you could also raise your hand. Yes, Andrea.
Bonjour. Éventuellement, toutes ces bonnes pratiques-là vont servir à
All these best practices will be used as part of the tools, the program, and the New Urban Project. So, at present, these best practices are shared on the website and are always available to our members, if you want to draw inspiration from them, and they will also be included in the toolkit. So, cities and the NPU. So, if you continue to share them, we will add them to this kit, which will be part of the best practices of the New Urban Project. So we are always looking for best practices. We know that all cities have them. If you want to share them with us, just fill out a form and do a short interview with Adriana or Berenice. It's pretty simple. I know that among you, Monica has already shared one or two practices, so that's enough. It's pretty simple, like as participation.
For sure, we are also expecting to have the contribution from the regional secretary to help us collect more good practices. We are also like trying to see if there's a potential of how to share these good practices in the Marrakesh Congress. That will be a potential. So please help us with this important task that we're having at the OWHC, and also to share. It's important to share that knowledge with all the members of the network. So thank you for your help. And I think we could present the next slide, Jules, please. And as part of the activities of the General Secretariat that we're having to inform and mobilize all the city members in this network in all regions of the world, we are happy to share with you that we coordinate with some regional secretariats and other cities following the Vietnam meeting in UE in October 2025 with Asian cities. We developed two more workshops or city labs in Latin America and Africa. As you may know, we had the third regional meeting and city lab Latin America towards the New Urban Project in Cuenca, Ecuador, from the 26th to 28th of November 2025. This brought together many representatives from 8 Latin American cities to discuss many topics, but mostly housing in historic centers. The cities that participated in this regional meeting formulated strategic and operational proposals that were based in Latin American experience and incorporated the Cuenca Charter, which was adopted during the Regional Assembly. This document, signed by all representatives present during that meeting, commit the cities to implementing housing-related measures and, of course, to work towards and to commit towards the new urban project of the OWHC. We also published the report for the Lamu meeting that we have in Lamu, Kenya, in early December 2025. This report, as you will find it in our website, also summarizes all the exchanges between the mayors from and senior officials, of course, from some sub-Saharan cities. So that means, and there were some members that are already in the network, in the OWHC. Some other cities are not yet members. Some are joining. For example, we have the city of Agadez in Niger. That I'm maybe it's his representative. Its representative here. So it adhered the network recently. Following this meeting, and we are the participants shared their experiences, of course, the specific challenges related to the regional issues, and of course those challenges, those experiences were added to the new urban project. We're also happy to announce that there's some other cities like San Luis in Senegal that it's also that could join the network in a short time, and we hope that all the cities take the interest to understand more what's happening in the region, and of course to participate in the Marrakesh Congress. So we invite you to check in our website the two reports, and if you have any question or any comment regarding them, please let us know. So I give the floor to my colleague Andrian, but in case somebody else has a question, please raise your hand.
Parfait. Donc,
Perfect. So now, regarding the World Congress in Marrakesh, so as a preview today, we are announcing that the theme of the 18th World Congress in Marrakesh, which will take place from October 26 to 29, will be the OWHC's new urban project for historic centers. So I don't think it comes as a surprise that this will be the theme. The World Congress will focus on the new urban project, which is the result of several years of collective work, supported, of course, by you, the member cities, since the Quebec City Congress, and which continued during the Cordoba Congress. This will be the new urban project, the OUVM's original contribution to the urban challenge of our time. The new urban project will be presented to cities as a program for the coming years, and more specifically, it will be the WUPO's service offering that will be presented to cities. It will be flexible and adaptable. As usual, the Congress will be structured around two key events. First, there will of course be the symposium, which will be entirely devoted to the presentation of the new urban project as a program and its offerings, and the 29th General Assembly, where members will be able to vote on the action plan and budget for the coming years. So that's it for now, of course. In the coming months, as you've seen on the calendar, I know the screen is small. If you're on your laptops, we can share the calendar with you so you can see, in larger format, what we're proposing for each of the NPU Connect events, but in the calendar, we'll be able to give you more information as the NPUs progress. As things become clearer, for the finalization of the new urban project and the preliminary program for the conference, we will also offer to assist you in your preparations for the conference. During an NPU, we will also present the reward program to you, explain it in more detail, present the preparatory documents for the Congress, and so on. So that is what we are proposing for the upcoming NPUs at this time. Of course, the conference is not yet fully defined, so we are talking about it a little less, but the closer we get to the date, the more we will be able to tell you about it in detail. So, I don't know if you have any questions at the moment about the convention, but that's what we have to offer you today. Is everything clear? Yes, it is. No questions. I assume everything is clear. Let's continue. Okay. We are going to present the activities we will have in the coming days. Briefly, I would like to mention that we will have the 4th virtual meeting of the Quebec Collaborative Network on February 19th, in which several cities will be present. Today, they are participating in this. This network is already coming to an end. We will also be launching the Jean-Paul Allier Award this February, as you already know, and are already familiar with. On this occasion, for this year, it will have a specific theme related to habitability, and we will also be able to answer your questions once we have launched the call for entries. This month, for the next one, the next episode of NPU Connect, which we will have in March. In addition to March 16th and 17th, the steering committee meeting for the new urban project will also be held in Brussels. This advisory committee will assist the General Secretariat in finalizing the proposal for the new urban project. If anyone has any questions or comments, please raise your hand or turn on your microphone. Okay, I think that's it. There are no questions. Sorry. Well, finally, it's because yes. I'm taking advantage of the NPU because I've had a lot of questions about this, and I see a lot of faces here who have asked me these questions. The membership letters are coming. For those who have asked me questions, we will send them out next week. So for those who are waiting for the membership fees, we will send them out next week. At the same time, we will send an email. And anyone who wants copies, PDFs, by email, you will also be able to request them, and we will also be able to send them to you by email. So I know I've had a lot of questions about this by email, so it's coming. Thank you for your patience. Yes, thank you, Andrea. Go ahead, Berenice. Well, this information is important for all our member cities. And finally, that's all for today. You will soon receive a link to this recording so that you can share this episode with your colleagues in your cities. And we invite you to do so. We invite you to tune in to each edition, which we will have every month. As you already know, it is organized into 2 parts, activities and a conference, which are these. These sessions will help us all stay well informed. And also, you know that you can consult our newsletters and our social media, where we will be announcing the next stages and activities. And of course, don't hesitate to write to us. The General Secretariat is at your disposal to accompany and support you.
Gracias.
Thank you.